Hello again, everybody, and welcome now to the replay of Corbin Redhound football. Tonight, the Corbin Redhounds take on the Panthers of Knox Central from Barberville, Kentucky. Corbin opened last week with a win over 4A power Lexington Lafayette by a score of 17-7, while Knox Central was opening their season with a loss to Williamsburg to the tune of 8-6. Knox Central has a new coach this year. His name is Charles Darling. Darling hoping to rebuild the program here at Knox Central. This is his fifth coaching job and the fifth rebuilding season, he says. His last team was a team from Virginia. Last season, his team finished 8-2. Before that, the team had ended the year, won only 4 of 45 games. Then, when he came in, they had a 5-5 record, and then, as I said, last year, 8-2. For the Corbin Redhounds, they are getting a lot of press out of their impressive win over Lexington Lafayette. People are touting this team very highly thus far, and of course that goes to apply the pressure to this Coach Cotton Adams-led team. Tonight's game being presented by the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. Pepsi, the choice of every Corbin generation. By the Hall Watson Furniture Company, home of quality home furnishing since 1922. By Lowe's Sporting Goods in the Trade Mart Shopping Center. By Marine Myers Ford, Lincoln Mercury on the Falls Road. By Johnny Wheels, also on the Falls Road. Johnny Wheels, now your Goodyear dealer in Corbin. By Corbin Marine, located just behind Forest Bowling Lanes. By Corbin Materials on South Main. Tonight's game is being presented by the Corbin Workshop on South Main, the Southeastern Kentucky Rehabilitation Industries Incorporated, known as the Corbin Workshop. And by Curtis Mathis. Our equipment, of course, we're using all Curtis Mathis equipment this year. Curtis Mathis, behind the Chapel House at the Trade Mart Shopping Center. By the Corbin Deposit Bank and Trust Company. By Bill and Sharon Crook at Tri-County Insurance on Master Street in Corbin. By Kendall Realty, your Century 21 real estate agency in Corbin on the Falls Road. By Shepherd Furniture of London. By Gambrel, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, and Gambrel Toyota. By Fabric Village, located in the Trade Mart Shopping Center. Tonight's game is presented by First Federal Savings and Loan on the Falls Road. By Charles Baker Furniture at 1820 South Main in Corbin. By Distads Jewelers, Shoe World Factory Outlet on the US 25E bypass. By Piggly Wiggly Supermarket. Davis Salvage on the Falls Road at Oak Grove. By the First National Bank and Trust Company. By Food Fair on South Main and Southern Cable Vision. And by the R.C. Miller Oil Company. Those are your hosts. You see the captains meeting at center field. Corbin in their red jerseys, the Knox Central Panthers in that blue with those yellow numerals. It's Corbin Knox Central football here tonight on Channel 11 Southern Cablevision. Donnie Stepp with Dale Johnson will return with the start of tonight's activity right after these messages from our sponsors. Knox Central won the toss, elected to kick off as our game is ready to get underway here tonight. So that is an odd decision considering that this football field is in very good shape. The rains that we've had today did not affect it. Here's the kick, a low-line drive. It's taken way upfield by Robbie Lamb at the 38. He returns across the 40 into the 44. So Robbie Lamb, the short man upfield who played so well last week, is the player that got his hands on that football and has returned it where Corbin will start in very good field position. You'll remember last week against Lexington Lafayette, the Redhounds started their first offensive series from midfield. They're almost there tonight as the Hounds will start from their own 45-yard line. Now we'll check out that backfield for you for Corbin. It's going to be Mike Jackson, the quarterback. Lanham in the backfield along with Burr and Reedy. So those are the four that sit behind the center. Terry Harold. Harold, by the way, is playing with some injury here tonight also. It's Reedy on the first try. Reedy off tackle to the right side across the 45. Gets only a couple of yards to about the 47. First play from scrimmage tonight goes to Harold Nooners Reedy. Reedy, 6 foot 190-pound senior. Wears jersey number 18. Mike Jackson, number 5. He's a 5'11", 164-pound junior. David Burr wears jersey number 20. Burr, a 5'8.5", 165-pound senior. And Lanham wears jersey number 23. Lanham, a 5'10.5", 194-pound senior. Those are the four in the backfield. Corbin on 2nd and 8. This is Burr looking for room. Not much. Off tackle to the left. He makes room, though, and gets a first down. That was a nifty run as he crosses midfield and takes it across the 45 to about the 44-yard line of Knox Central. Burr, in all right, should have been taking it down at about the line of scrimmage. But that was a good hard run on his effort, and Burr has moved it for a first down to the 44-yard line of Knox Central. A 9-yard pickup and the first down of this ball game. Lanham replaced in the Corbin backfield now. At fullback by Nick Creech. Creech number 22, a 5'10", 196-pound junior. So Corbin operating from the 44-yard line of Central. Here's a handoff up the middle to Reedy. Reedy stutter stepping and moving for good yardage across the 40 and takes it down to about the 36-yard line. Well, they are spotting it at the 36. Reedy gets 8 yards on the play. This big Corbin line, which we'll tell you about more in just a moment, can really move people out of there, and Reedy gets 8 yards on the play. Well, off to the left side, we have Jim Lacefield at end. Then there's Kent Carter. And Paul Jackson, who would have been at that guard position, will spot that position here in just a moment. 2nd and 2. It's Burr again. Burr loses the football. Knox Central gets it on the fumble. Burr got close to a first down as he gets off tackle to the left side. By the way, playing that position is Dwayne Miller, number 60, a 5'10", 172-pound senior in place of Jackson. But the fumble by Corbin will give it over to Knox Central. And the Panthers will take the ball at their own 33-yard line. They have a wide out wide to the right side. The quarterback is Mike Deaton. Deaton giving off to Kennedy. Kennedy draws a lot of attention as he gets across the line of scrimmage, coming wide to the right, across the 35 to about the 36 or 37-yard line. So give Mark Kennedy, who did a lot of damage against Corbin last year, a run of 4 yards to the 37-yard line, and the Panthers will have it 2nd down and 6. The split into the right side is Teddy Johnson. Off to the left for Central is Roger Hammonds. Mike Deaton, the quarterback, number 14, will call the play. On the 2nd down, he tries to give it right up the middle, but Kennedy there is hit and hit hard. Number 58 for Corbin, the first player getting in there, was Jeff Page, 6'2", 238-pound senior. So Page diagnoses that one early. He had help from Hilton, Lamb, among others, and Creech. Matter of fact, it's going to be a yard loss for Central, back to the 36-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Panthers. Let's see if they'll go to the air here. We're 3.5 minutes deep in the opening period of play. This time they're going to send the split end Johnson wide to the left side. Zog Gregory comes wide to the right. Gregory wearing jersey number 1. Deaton calls on his 3rd down play. He rolls back to pass, looking. He's got the man open over the middle, knocked down and away on a very good defensive maneuver for Corbin by Chris Hart, the linebacker. Chris Hart, who wears jersey number 30, a 5'9", 180-pound junior. For those of you listening here on WYGO, I point out the numbers for our television audience, so please bear with us on that. The incomplete pass will make it a 4th down situation for Knox Central now, and they'll have to kick it. Deep for Corbin, Shees, and Reedy. As the kick is end over end, Shees on the run. Well, he's on one knee, sliding in there to get that ball across the 40. Did a good job as he picks up the football and goes down immediately because his knee was on the ground at the 41-yard line. So once again, the Corbin Red Hounds will have good field position as they get their ball on their 2nd offensive series here tonight. 8 minutes, 8 seconds. We're in the opening period. There's no score from Barberville. A short kick by Jimmy Walters of Barberville. Knox Central. down to the Corbin 41-yard line. Redhounds have Lanham. Now Fox is in the lineup, along with Reedy behind Jackson. It's going to be Fox. Fox off tackle to the left side, gets a couple to the 43, and that's about all. Well, the rain is now coming down, and boy, the fans are scurrying here. The umbrellas are going up. They are getting a shot of that right now. Boy, those are colorful umbrellas. That's as the rain starts coming down here tonight from Knox Central. The Redhounds have it 2nd down and 8 to go for the 1st down. Wide out to the right side. Right up the middle is Reedy. Good running room at the 40, the 45, midfield down to the 45-yard line of Knox Central. That hole opened big before Central was finally able to pull down Nooners Reedy. Jay Souders made the stop. A lot of the people heading for the exits or covers perhaps in their cars right now. I don't know why you wouldn't come prepared tonight for rain. It was very obvious that we were going to have it. About 3 years ago, Dale Johnson was on top of the press box in the rain here. He's inside with us here tonight. Corbin gets their 2nd 1st down, all the way down to the 44-yard line of Central. Straight up the middle, Reedy. Reedy across the 40. Reedy down to the 38-yard line and gets about 6 more yards. So the Redhounds starting to move behind the blocking of Jim McDaniel, number 27 that time. Reedy goes right straight ahead and gets 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. We had rain before the game last week, none during the game, and rain right after it finished. But here tonight it started in the first period of play. The Redhounds at the 39-yard line. Too many people jumping into that neutral zone, and Corbin has drawn Knox Central offsides. That will cost them 5 yards, which will move the ball back to the 43-yard line, and Hounds now will have it 2nd down. Let's make it 9 yards to go for that 1st down. Wide to the right side is Reedy. In the slot is Helton. Creech set behind Jackson, as is Fox. Fox takes the fake. Here's the pass, too tall, intended for Helton. Corbin has yet to complete a pass in this young football season. Last week they were 0 for 3. Tonight they start with an incompleted pass intended for Larry Helton. Bringing the play into the lineup for Corbin, number 81, Jim Lacefield. Harold is the center. Page is at guard to the right side. Rose at tackle. Wide to the right now split is Reedy. Split to the left is Lacefield. Corbin on 3rd and 9 from the 43-yard line. Jackson slides as he throws long for Reedy. Reedy waits. Reedy has it at the 12, 10, 5 to about the 2-yard line. Harold Nooners Reedy looks back over his left shoulder and completes that pass for the long gain from the 43-yard line. We'll wait to see exactly where they spot it. But the first pass play of the year on the completion is a long one for the Hounds' Mike Jackson. We will call it the 3-yard line. Corbin's 3rd 1st down. That's a 40-yard completion on that pass play. And the Hounds right now have it 1st down and goal to go. Jackson gives. Here's Fox. Fox lowers the head. He's in close. No indication, though. Fox scored the 2 touchdowns last week at Lafayette, but he does not get in this time as he tries off tackle to the left. Gets it down to about the 1. Now they're going to spot it at the 2-yard line, so give him a yard on the play, and that's all. Corbin 2nd down and goal to go from the Knox Central 2-yard line. 5 minutes, 23 seconds to go. We're in the opening period of this game. Redhounds threatening to score. Both ends in tight. Out of the T formation now for Jackson on the 2nd down play. Jackson calls, gives. This is Creech. Good blocking up the middle. Got the touchdown. Nick Creech has scored his first touchdown of the year as he goes a couple of yards, and Corbin scores with 5 minutes And 7 seconds to go here in the first period. The try for the point after touchdown will be attempted by Brian Metzger. Metzger, who kicked a 31-yard field goal last week, and 2 extra point tries, will be trying the point after from placement. He's a sidewinder. Metzger is only a sophomore, but he has a real good leg on him. Reedy will hold. Here's the placement down. The kick is up, way up in the air, and it's good. We have a timeout now with the score. Corbin 7, Knox Central nothing. Metzger ready to kick off. 5'9½", 205-pound sophomore. Metzger will be kicking. Deep for Knox Central is David Dean to one side, and to the other side is Mark Kennedy. Kennedy is the real threat. Last week they placed the ball flat. Didn't try to go deep. This week they'll go deep. And the ball is touched at the 12 and picked up there to the 15-20. Straight up the field. They've got the opening. This is finally taken down at the 40-yard line by Reedy or McDaniels. I'm not really sure which one. But a good run back by David Dean. Dean came within a player or so of going all the way. So give the tackle to Reedy. Okay. Knox Central gets the ball back from the 12 on the kickoff to the 40-yard line, and they'll have pretty good, decent field position. A light rain is falling here tonight. Now the quarterback, Deaton, will split his end wide to the right side. Flanker back goes to the left. The handoff to Kennedy. He's trying outside in to the right and a yard or so, and that'll be about all as Robbie Lamb is there along with Jim Lacefield. He gets a yard to the 42. They marked the line of scrimmage at the 41, so now it's the 42-yard line. Corbin on top by 7-0. Since we don't have the lit ratings anymore, it's kind of hard to tell how much you're favored anymore. I kind of enjoyed those, although I never did agree with them when we weren't rated high. When we were rated high, I thought they were correct. Set to go, 2nd down 9 for Central. Once again, the same formation. In split to the right, halfback wide to the left. Deaton back to throw. He's being chased. He throws downfield, and getting a beat on it is Shees. Got the interception at the 35, 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, down the sideline, 30, 25, 20, Shees 10, and taken down at about the 8-yard line. One player between him and scoring, and that was Mark Kennedy. It was some kind of tackle as he just threw a body block into him, and Shees looks like he's hurt. She's cut in front of either Lamb or Reedy. I'm not sure who it was back there waiting for that ball also, and Shees was on a dead run. Byron Shees, 5'11", 156-pound senior, had his legs taken out from under him on a dead run by Mark Kennedy, and he did a great job just stopping him from going all the way. But Corbin will have it 1st down and goal to go when we come right back. The ruling is that Shees stepped out of bounds at the 19-yard line, although he had returned it deep. So Corbin set to go as the handoff is given off the left side to Creech. He's taken down after getting just short yardage. Big number 65, Gary Hensley, a junior tackle for Knox Central, makes the stop on him. The rain is coming down. The gain was good for 1 yard to the 18-yard line, and Corbin 2nd down. For the Red Hounds, right in the center of the field now. Both ends in tight. The backfield straight away as the handoff is given off tackle to the left side, running hard, trying to slide off people. I think that was Creech again, or Fox. It was going to be Fox from that position this time. Fox slides off to the left side, but can't find the necessary running room. Got short yardage, and that's all. Knox Central playing tough now, as Corbin is deep in Knox Central territory, and Corbin wants a timeout because the offense is not clicking here down deep. The rain comes down. We have a timeout. 2:25 to go in the opening period. And the score, Corbin 7, Knox Central nothing. Well, I made a big error because the chain gang was back at the 19. The line of scrimmage was the 10 a moment ago. Down to the 9, then to the 6. And now the pass play into the end zone for Reedy. He's got the touchdown. Beautiful pass play from Jackson to Reedy for the Corbin score, and that covers 6 yards. I looked across the way a moment ago, and the chain was marked at the 19-yard line. However, the downs marker was down at the 10. Didn't notice that, and you seldom see that. They usually set the chains no matter where it is, but these guys were just kind of loafing on the sideline. Misread that, so the line of scrimmage after that run back by Shees all the way down to the 10, then a yard pickup. They got 3 more, and now the touchdown to Reedy. For Reedy, that's his first score of this year on the pass from Mike Jackson. And the try for extra point, the whistle sound before the kick can be made by Metzger. We'll wait to see. That touchdown, by the way, coming with 2 minutes and 18 seconds here in the first period. Corbin has taken a 13-0 lead. Reedy will hold. Metzger will try the point after. Thus far in this young football season, Metzger is 3 for 3 in placement kicking. He's 1 for 1 in field goals. Now we go with the try for the point after touchdown. Here's the placement. Here's the kick. It is no good, wide to the right side. The kick is no good. So another timeout. 2:18 to go here in the first period. It's Corbin 13, Knox Central. Well, here at Knox Central, the most unusual circumstance, never known to anything like this to happen. Our football game has been called off. Now, it's not called because of weather conditions. I don't know why they called it off, but right now it's cool. It has come a rain. The field is in excellent condition. I have no idea. If I can, I'm going to try to get Coach Cotton Adams over here to talk to us, to tell us why. We've not played a quarter here. Corbin's ahead 13-0. The game is called off. Do they call it off with Corbin winning this football game?
That's correct. The final score of the game, 13-0.
Ooh, I'm glad we didn't travel to Lexington and this happened. You know, that's just, it's never happened like this before. I'm at a loss for words. The best thing I can do, I think, at this point is try to get Coach Cotton Adams to come by, give us a word, or at least somebody from the school to tell us why this has been called off. So we'll be back with more right after we pause for these messages from our sponsors. Well, we're back, and we're talking with head coach Cotton Adams about tonight's game, the cancellation of it with Knox Central. Coach, never seen anything quite like this happen before.
No, Don, I've been in this game a long time, and this is the first time I've ever had a ball game canceled as a player and an assistant coach and now as a head coach. I was somewhat startled when they come to the sideline. I really didn't know what was going on. And, you know, we were lining up to kick the ball back off after the second score. And it took us a few minutes to realize what they were even doing. He thought we understood, and it was not clear what was going on. They said they were going to take the Knox Central team and go back into the gym. And we decided, well, we'll go back up to the 2 buses that we have. So after X number of minutes of delay, they finally come up, and it was their decision. Their athletic director decided that Corbin would receive the win, that they really did not want to continue play of the game because they were afraid of the lightning situation. They also were concerned that it would take, it was said 45 minutes to warm up. Of course, it wouldn't take us 45 minutes to warm up. And being their home field and being that they were the people to make the decision, you see how it come out.
I have some thoughts on it. Perhaps you could comment on my thoughts. My thought is that our young people might have been penalized a little bit. We have some people that are playing on our JV or the second team that could have gotten some valuable experience tonight. We get ahead. You haven't run the score up on anybody in ages. This is a thing of the past of running scores up. You let younger people play, and if they can score, that's all right. But they're penalized. They don't get to play tonight.
Well, we'd worked so hard this week in getting a JV and a second team ready to make sure that they could execute the same things that the varsity team were doing. And we put a lot of time into it, and they were excited about getting an opportunity to play because they realized last week more than likely they wouldn't get a play against a team like Lafayette. And they had put a lot of practice time in. And, you know, Don, this makes 5 quarters, 2 minutes and 18 seconds that have been canceled due to the panorama and then tonight's activity. So that's over 1/10 of the schedule down the drain on cancellation. And you'd never dream how many hours it goes into prepare yourself to just to play for a quarter or for a minute of a football game. It's hours and hours of preparation. It's many, many months in the weight room. I don't believe sometimes people realize just how much effort that these kids have to put forth in order to go out and play on Friday night. And, you know, it's very disappointing not getting to play when it's time to play.
We have a situation that we're being penalized for being good, in my opinion. Your program here is one of the best programs in football in the state. You have area teams that really have not kept up with where the Corbin program is. Therefore, they really don't want to play us because they know the outcome, what will probably happen. You know, they just can't compete with our program. And then I believe this is the result tonight of that, is that they saw the outcome early and saw, well, what the heck, we have an excuse to get out of here and let's go.
Well, Don, this is my experience this year. We have tried so hard to get a JV and a freshman schedule. And Lord only knows, you can go back and you can look at the record book, and we are never going to run a score up on anybody. And we have spent, the JV coaches have spent endless hours now making contact with area teams. When I say area, we're going as far as 100 miles in any direction and trying to get a schedule for these kids because they put so much time in, they want to play. And it's getting to the point where we just cannot get a schedule. And it seems like it's a penalty you got to pay for having a decent program. And we do have a good program. It's as solid as a program can be from our 8th grade all the way up. We try to work with our kids. We try to have something going on year-round. Our kids know that they have to pay a tremendous price in order to play here. But it seems like they're really getting penalized now because we can't get the necessary games to play on the JV and freshman schedule. You know, with the way the school rules are now, you can't just pick up and leave in the middle of the school day and travel too far to play. So we're located in an area that we need to be playing some of these schools around here, and we just can't get them to play.
It was so rewarding last week to go to Lexington, to hear these people in the Bluegrass area talk about Corbin football. And you go from a high there of being in an excellent situation to what happened here tonight to a low. And so, you know, you feel very badly about this.
Well, you know, when you get in a situation like that up there last week, everybody was excited. Our people enjoyed making that trip. They did a super job with the media. You had an excellent crowd of people coming from 4 different high schools. It was big-time football in the state of Kentucky as far as I was concerned. They did a super job in promoting the bowl game. Our kids were well treated. It was a grand experience for all of them. And, you know, that's a once-in-a-lifetime for most young men playing the game. They really did it in a super manner, and that's an experience I'll never forget as a coach, and I hope the players will never get as a player.
Right. It was just great up there. Well, out of this tonight, even worse than the game being called off, is the fact that Byron Shees had sustained the injury on that fine interception. I understand he has a broken ankle.
Well, Don, there was a lot in this interception tonight. Last week we got burned one time, and we made a mistake in our secondary. And Wednesday, the last day that we were in pads, we spent so much time working with Byron in the secondary. And Tommy, if there's a better secondary coach in the state of Kentucky, I don't know where he is. And Tommy just does a superb job. He spent a lot of time back there teaching Byron how he wanted him to break on the ball, but make sure that he had the opportunity to make the catch and not gamble and that type of thing, getting his reads and getting his keys. And you could just see it tonight when a kid made the interception. All the coaching that Coach Faulkner put into that, particularly on Wednesday, the last thing that we did in practice, the very last thing we did, I could see all of that teaching come about, the great interception, the great run, and the bad thing of it was the climax of the run. It was a clean shot. Can't argue against that. The kid made a great lick. It's just part of the game. The second thing that bothers me this week is that Dwayne Steele. Dwayne has done such a remarkable job overcoming a serious injury that he had last year. He worked real hard to rehabilitate the injury. In practice Monday this week, it was a non-contact situation. It was more, he was going to what we call deep outside 1/3, and he rotated his body and the knee snapped, and it was the good one. So in a matter of 3 days, we lose the top 2 weak safeties that we have on our football team in 1 week. To get to play only a less than a quarter of football tonight, it makes you wonder if it was truly worth the effort. But it is. It was worth the effort. Not saying that I'd hate to see the 2 youngsters get hurt, but that's part of the game, and you have to accept those things. And I really feel sorry for Byron, particularly him being a senior. He's such a great kid. He's such a smart student, smart athlete. He's one that we will truly miss. And I just hope and pray that he can get back before the season's over with. And I just hope we can get in the playoffs so the youngster gets an opportunity to play again.
Okay, let's talk more with Coach Cotton Adams in just a moment. But right now, let's pause for this message from our sponsor. Well, the Red Hounds, as Coach Adams was telling us a moment ago, have lost 2 fine football players in that defensive secondary, Byron Cheese and Dwayne Steele. Coach, how are you going to fill that void?
Well, on the way back tonight and talking to Coach Faulkner, we decided that I really didn't have the heart to tell the kid. Dwayne Steele will be coming off the JV football team. They have their first game scheduled for Monday night. This game was only scheduled last night. Don Smith, who's a personal friend, found an opening in their schedule, and he called down here last night and said he would play if we'd come up there, so we're going to Hazard to play a JV football game. So the kids are very excited about the opportunity of playing their first JV game this year. And I just couldn't go out there a while ago and say, Steele, you couldn't play. I'm going to let him play in his first JV football game, which is against Hazard Monday night. Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon's practice, he will come up to the varsity. We'll have to start running Dale Fox more into the secondary. He's got to come on now and be able to play in that capacity. So those are the 2 youngsters. Plus Danny, we gave him a week off to try to let him heal up. He's had an ankle that has turned at least twice during the course of this fall practice. So hopefully we may get him back next week. So that would be 3 people that we can incorporate into our secondary play. And, you know, this is the things you have to be able to do and you must do in order to make sure that you've got your numbers back there in the secondary. And, of course, you got to do it with every position that you have. And, you know, we'll make out and do the best we can possibly do.
I know it puts the pressure on you. But one of the great things about Corbin football, we're looking to playoffs. We look around here to things happening, going undefeated. We talk that kind of talk. But you know and I know over these long years that it takes a lot of things to fall in place for that to happen.
First of all, I really and truly believe that each and every year you have to have the right mental outlook, and you have to set your goals high. And for the longest period of time, Don, every time that we go down there the first day of practice, I can't remember the last time that we didn't set our goal as winning a state championship. Now, that's as high as you can possibly go. If you win a state, then you're automatically talking about then you got to win the first jewel, and that would be the district championship. And I know that's the way it is. That's the way I want it to be. This was established under Coach Powers, and it's just a tradition now. And I've made my statement many times. I wouldn't want it any other way. There's a lot of pressure in the job, without a doubt about that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want to be in a community who were not in support of their athletic and academic programs. We want to be the best that we can possibly be, both academically and athletically. And you saw in the paper last week, we've got to make some changes in our academics. And we feel like that the change, even though not everyone is happy in the community right now, but I believe that they will see results out of this block program. The same way with our athletics. We want to be as good as we can possibly be with the people that we got to work with, and we're going to set our goals as high as we can possibly set them, and we're going to strive for those and just let the chips fall where they may each and every year.
We play Madison Central. I doubt that you know very much about them, it being so early, and we're taping this right after we come off the field, Knox Central. But you'll learn more during the week, I'm sure. But what about Madison Central?
All right, first of all, my two scouts, Coach Jones and Coach Knox tonight, of course, are scouting that particular ball game. I do know that they have a lot of returning starters from last year's football team. I know that they are huge. The two starting tackles both are in the 260 range. The Brownie boy, who's a quarterback, and he threw the ball exceptionally well and ran the option last year. They're not going to change their offense and defensive schemes, I can tell you that. They're going to be an option-oriented team. They're going to throw the single-type routes. They have the extreme wide flanker and split end. If you saw our ball game tonight, you're going to see the same type of passing scheme. It's one-on-one football when they throw to the wideouts, and they put a lot of pressure on you with the option package that they have. This has been a super series, in our opinion. It's a nice trip to go up to Richmond and play, and hopefully it's been nice for them to come down here and play. It's been a money game for both school districts, and up until this point, it's been an excellent series. It's one that I certainly hope that we can continue.
Thank you for joining us, helping us make this a program tonight, because we're going to throw that quarter in and let the people see it. We enjoyed last week, and your comments that were so good. Meet the Red Hounds. We look forward to that. Thank you for helping us out on our program.
Well, Don, you know, it's always my pleasure, and, you know, I realize that the people in Corbin really enjoy the show, and they're interested in our youngsters. And like I said before, that's the way that I want it. That's the way that Coach Powers wanted it when he ran the show. We want to have the best show that we possibly can for our youngsters and then our community, because the community is the one that really gives us the ultimate support.
Thanks again. Coach Cotton Adams will be back with the final wrap-up right after these messages. Well, let us recap. It came a thunderstorm, not too severe, a couple of bolts of lightning. It rained for about 15 minutes. Then it quit raining, and it was cool, nice. The field is in excellent condition, but the officials at Knox Central said, let's call it off. Corbin ahead after about 10 minutes of play in the quarter, winning the ball game by 13-0. And as Coach Cotton Adams has pointed out tonight, we lose a couple of real fine football players this week. Byron Shee is in this game tonight, and Dwayne Barton, who also played that same cornerback slot. So the 1 and 2 cornerbacks, Barton and Shees, are both gone. The Steely boy is going to be brought up to help in that position. It's not been the best of weeks. The Corbin program will roll right along, no doubt about it. The Corbin football program is hard to describe. It is excellent. The players have the right mental frame. It's a fun thing to be around. Those of us here in Corbin look forward to fall just so we can watch Corbin Red Hound football. Now, Madison Central comes to town. Always a pretty good football team there. It'll be Corbin's first home game. We hope you'll be out in big numbers. You know, if we have as many people at Campbell Field as we had at Lexington at Tates Creek the other night, we're going to fill up Dennis Stadium, no doubt about it, because we had a tremendous crowd that go to Lexington. So we're urging everybody that follows the Corbin Red Hounds to be out on Friday night as the Red Hounds go on their first home appearance. It's a big school we're playing, a 4A school, so they're going to need your support. We hope you'll join us next Sunday night here on Channel 11 Southern Cablevision at 8:30, and we hope to have all 4 quarters of Corbin Red Hound football as they go against Madison Central. Again, the final score tonight is Corbin makes it 2-0 on the year. They defeat Knox Central by 13-0 after less than a quarter of play. So history was made. Could be one of the shortest games in Corbin Red Hound football history. We'll be talking about this in 15, 20 years from now, just what happened. But that's the way the ball fell tonight. It's a little bit of rain cancels the football game. An oddity, of course, but that's what happened. Thank you for joining us. Until next week. Good night, everybody.